You're listening to Brand, the marketing show. With your hosts, Thomas Sterling.
But now's the time. Giddy up and go.
And Veronica St. Cyr.
So on brand, I will take it.
An unfiltered conversation on brand strategy.
That's where the best work happens.
Marketing trends.
They're keeping it relevant.
And emerging technology.
$1 billion. That's when you know you made it.
You're excited.
I'm pumped.
All right, let's kick things off.
Welcome back, everybody. Today on the show, we're talking about hiring and why it sucks.
It does suck.
Why it's broken.
It sucks.
It's totally broken. It always kind of sucked. It's had levels, 50 shades of suck.
Did you think it sucked as bad as it could suck? Well, just wait. It's going to get a lot worse.
AI has broken hiring. Candidates are drafting resumes with AI. Recruiters are using AI to filter candidates. It's all robot food. One side flings it over the other side, flings it back. It is a disaster out there. And a lot of folks are really struggling with it. And I think a big part of our show today is like when automating everything is not the answer. Spoiler alert, it's not the answer.
Doesn't seem like it's the answer when you're finding people. Job seekers are burnt out. If you have been looking for a job recently or know someone who has, or you know maybe some younger folks that are like newly entering the job market, it is really tricky right now. And there's a lot of fear mongering around it. There's a lot of data that folks are very used to just never hearing back, which is crazy because with the automation, you'd think it could automate. No, so sorry, in another direction. People just like don't hear back. Sometimes you hear that there's candidates that are spending like hours a day stuck in this kind of application loop. Recruiters are drowning in AI resumes. How can you kind of trust what you're even seeing anymore is accurate? People in the actual like assessment process don't know, is this really you or did you use AI? It's like, well, if they're going to use AI on the job, maybe they're doing the thing they should, but it's breaking down like a trust barrier on both sides. And because of that, there are brands that we're going to talk about today making bets on, is the human angle more important than the efficiency angle? And how do you tell that story in your creative?
And with that, let's get into it.
It's showtime. Well, I'm back. I feel real good about myself, you know what I mean? So, without further delay.
All right, Veronica, Indeed versus LinkedIn. What's it going to be?
I feel like we're doing a hiring episode, and I just want to call it that I'm drinking on the job.
Oh, boy. Is that a lamplighter?
I don't know
right
if you
there?
could put this on your resume, but like for, a signal of, yes, this is Lamplighter. This is from our friends at Lamplighter in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We love them. Local brew. I'm having the Solstice Summer Ale. Tom's enjoying a Mexican lager. So anyways, I just wanted to say that. So,
all right, so
on my resume, I would say really good at drinking beers.
So you're drinking and you didn't pick the...
No, I didn't even.
Okay, go
This is
ahead.
what happens
Indeed,
when you drink on. I didn't say it was good.
Or LinkedIn.
You know what? I'm going to pick Indeed. I'm going to let you take LinkedIn, and I'm going to let you go first so I can have other say.
Amazing. You like to do ground rules. I'm not going to do a ground rule, but if you hear me puke during the show when Veronica says the word AI, the term AI... I don't know. It's just a force of habit. People are just saying it too much.
It's everywhere.
LinkedIn, founded in 2002 by Reid Hoffman, a guy with a novel idea. Resumes, we used to keep them hidden and only bring them out when we were looking for a new job, like night critters coming out of the dust and the darkness. I don't know. And he said, why don't I put this online? Guess what? His roommate thought it was a horrible idea. Investors thought it was a horrible idea. The internet thought it was a horrible idea. In his first week, I think he got 2,000 or so signups. But then the internet matured. The audience matured, fresh job seekers came out, inked in this era of the internet, and they said, this is a really good idea, and it's exploded. What a great ride. Fast forward to 2016, sells it to Microsoft for $26 billion. This guy is a serial entrepreneur, invested in no-name companies like Facebook, OpenAI, probably never heard of them, and so very successful guy. The product and the brand, LinkedIn, in a lot of ways, has become this incredible corpus of professional data. Over 1 billion members. I think they're almost up to 4 billion is what I heard. And just think of the data set associated with that. A lot of folks now find their career opportunities on there. They look for their next opportunity on there, and they deal with the rinse and repeat garbage that is on LinkedIn of people saying, I just got a new promotion, everybody check me out, bada bing, bada boom.
Or, what having stomach problems taught me about B2B sales. You're just like, what?
Yeah, yes, I know. Yeah, you want to support the folks that are coming out and sharing their unvarnished truths, but it is sort of a network with an identity crisis sometimes about what people share and don't share.
It is, and I think that they have taken some stabs at addressing that in some of their creative.
In a lot of ways, the LinkedIn voice, the tone, the strategy has always been corporate, buttoned up, professional, and I think you're starting to see with some of their ad campaigns, them having a little bit of fun. They're also stuck with a real challenge at hand. How do they make the candidate experience better? Where do they automate? Where do they not automate? Knowing that it's a free-for-all out there and everybody's searching for like a quick win and an easy win. And in a lot of ways, that quick win takes the people out of the problem. I want to play one of their recent campaigns that actually is out right now. The network that works for you.
LinkedIn is pretty great for discussing the latest ideas. We cannot stop your brother-in-law from discussing his ideas.
I call it the swimming desk. It's work up here and swim down there.
And while we can't stop what's growing in the office fridge, LinkedIn can help you grow in your career. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
It's a fun campaign. They're taking a swing. They're bringing humor in.
They are taking a big swing because the person who in our office is the biggest culprit of things going bad in the fridge is sitting right across from me.
Shots fired. Keep it on context.
I mean,
here.
it hits though. Like that is literally relevant for everybody.
It is, and it addresses the biggest issue that I think people have with LinkedIn. It's that like identity crisis, and sometimes you get great content on there, and it's sort of for some folks a necessary evil, and in some cases they're reseeding their place in the court of public.
Yeah, and it's also kind of like how we talk about social media, which is, hey, this is a tool that we built and it has some good stuff, and how some of you guys use it might still be wrong. And like, should we throw the baby out with the bathwater? No.
Why don't you talk to us about Indeed? I haven't thought about Indeed in years.
A lot of people haven't, Thomas, and that's why Indeed has a huge lock on some of the more blue-collar jobs, I think, as folks that maybe are hiring and looking on LinkedIn or have those kind of professional white-collar, you have to do some self-promotion and build your network.
So you're saying it's the network for people that hate LinkedIn?
Actually, that's
and are allergic to social media.
Can you say that again and look into the camera? I feel like kind of, yeah. So Indeed, founded in 2004, just a couple years after LinkedIn. The origin story is kind of unglamorous. Basically, it was a job search aggregator. So it was just combing job boards, newspapers. People could now very quickly look for jobs, some light filtering in the beginning, acquired by a Japanese company in 2012. And since then, they have quietly become the most used job site in the world. And right now, an incredible 31 people are hired every minute through Indeed. That's
crazy.
That's a lot of people. However, Indeed is repositioning itself in the context of everything we're talking about with this episode today, and AI. Waiting for that line. They're rebranding from a job board to more of a matching engine. Now, when you hear of matching, you obviously think a little bit of like swiping right on a job, but there are all these other things that make up a person beyond just, do they have the experience notes? That the automation might just say, not a good candidate, and kind of move them off. Like, what are all the other work style signals about like who people actually are that make them a good fit? Because we know how expensive turnover is. So having this be more human in nature, powered by the technology, is super smart. And their whole goal is to just stop bad fits from happening, which is fantastic.
So like the dating analogy, they help you get to know yourself better so you end up with the right person.
Wow, that was very zen. Yeah. Their typical strategy focuses their ad spend primarily on emotional, highly relatable campaigns that celebrate the everyday worker and definitely dig into, similar like we saw a little bit with LinkedIn with their creative, some of the real frustrations on both sides of the hiring fence. And this is a brand voice that speaks to a radiologist, to a chef, to a flight attendant, to a warehouse worker, all equally. It's basically all about anyone who has ever needed a job, which is
Everyone.
Everyone. Which leads us to Indeed's most recent campaign, Jobs Need People. And guess what, Tom?
People need jobs.
This dropped just about a month ago for when this is going to come out. And it is the first campaign that Indeed did with 72 and Sunny, which is now their global creative agency of record. Congrats. Major brand moment. It's really pushing this positioning forward, matching, thinking about people and moving away from this like kind of gross over-reliance on AI for efficiency. You actually saw this while watching the World Cup, I think.
I did. I think it was great. Let's play the clip for the audience. So it says, job searching doesn't feel human anymore. Indeed is helping people feel seen again. It's a guy with his daughter. He's a software engineer. A woman who's a physical therapist. Susan, who's a server. We got a diagnostic technician. So it's a montage of all these happy moments with people at work. Be seen for all you can do. Indeed. Again, it's a happy moment. It's a series of people actually doing the work, right? And I think it's great because you fast forward all the shit of the hiring. That's your ad. Just don't worry about the hiring. You just remember the great job you're about to get.
Yeah.
Right? That's great.
And on both sides.
In the news today, LinkedIn is leading AI transformation, and they're doing the most aggressive change to their product. Why? Because people are complaining about it. Both sides of the equation are not happy with how it works, and they're really trying to figure out how to make the human and the AI get closer together. Shut down some of the more remedial tasks. It's the same thing everybody is saying, the echo chamber. Here are the stats, though, to show it's working. Messages drafted with AI-assisted messaging see a 40% increase in in-mail acceptance rates. That tells you how bad HR recruiters are at penning in-mail messages, I guess, right? Is a robot really that much better? Automated follow-ups drive 39% increase in accepted in-mails versus manual follow-up. Everybody's grappling with this, and this is the awkward tension of like where we use our brains and where we outsource our thinking to the robots.
Something else that LinkedIn as a platform is dealing with is, ghost listings. An estimated 1 in 3 jobs posted on LinkedIn is a ghost listing, which is a role that was never real or already filled. The open to work banner has been documented to make candidates look less desirable to recruiters.
Oh my God, who didn't think that was the case?
Oh God. Also, so tough if like your boss sees that. Just like, I'm open.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Like you're in a committed relationship with your partner and then they're secretly just like.
That's like cheating
actually,
in front of them, you know?
It's weird.
Hey, you know?
It's weird. And this like heavy overemphasis on automation and hiring decisions has some other unintended consequences.
Yeah, some data came out. A lot of these automated job search tools that recruiters use to thin the herd. A lot of major corps are using these. And I want to play a clip from a guy named Chris Green on LinkedIn as he talks about what some of the fumbles are associated with this.
In a recent study out of Stanford University, they analyzed 4 million job applications submitted by 3 million people. And what they found is that 10% of the people that applied to 4 companies were rejected from all 4 companies. This is statistically significant, and I'll explain why. Companies are outsourcing the initial review of resumes to technology vendors, and what they're doing is they're screening it against the job description. But the interesting thing is that multiple companies might be using the same vendor. So if you get kicked out for one company, it could kick you out for all 4 of them in this example that I'm giving you now. And that creates a lot of frustration. Stanford calls this algorithmic monoculture. Of course they do.
It's a tough world out there right now. And honestly, the satirical side of it's pretty great too. People making fun of how people are using AI in the candidate search process. This is a guy on TikTok talking about his experience. It's sort of a mock interview with AI. But listen to the conversation.
I use AI daily as both a creative and operational tool.
You didn't use AI to come up with that answer, did you?
Well, I mean, I've prepped for job interviews using AI as a tool, which I think is also a good use of it.
We are looking for authentic employees and to really get to know them. So let's try again.
So there's a lot of doom and gloom around this. I think when AI was first being talked about, job just disruption in general was a huge focus, kind of a big new age Luddite movement, being anti-AI for a lot of reasons.
Half of white-collar workers eliminated in the next 18 months.
That's what the CEO of Anthropic said only a year ago, and then now is saying AI might actually expand the work people do. Sam Altman of OpenAI said he is delighted to be wrong.
I love when I'm wrong.
I love it. Oh my God.
Admit when you're wrong.
I'm so happy. I thought this AI I created was going to destroy the whole planet and the environment and wipe out entry-level jobs. Guys, it's fine now.
Is he delighted that he's wrong, or is he about to go to IPO?
I think it could be that, Thomas.
Needs investors, possibly you. I mean,
yeah.
He's trying to win back some brownie points that he absolutely eviscerated, or he's dealing with the reality that as fast as Silicon Valley can move the people in the workplace that are actually responsible for rolling out any of this stuff are afraid of it, or they're just not seeing the use cases right away. I mean, what was it? 90% of AI pilots failed last year because we can't like match our outsized ambition with what this shit is actually good for now. And so we cram these like crazy grand slams in, and then we're upset when they don't work.
Amen. I'll drink to that.
So if we had to talk about any other brands on the show, Veronica, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Ripple Match is a cool brand. They're an early career platform built specifically for Gen Z, which is a generation famously and rightfully so disenfranchised with the modern work world. Instead of making candidates search endlessly, Ripple Match flips the model and delivers job matches to the candidate. CoderPad is another one that we'd love to call out. They have a very close soft spot in our hearts. They're a technical interviewing platform that replaces traditional resume screening, whiteboard coding interviews. Submit your code, and then we'll kind of take a look.
And you know what's great about them? Like, they are a #1 platform for the actual end user. So obviously hiring managers make a lot of decisions about which tools to use, but the candidates actually love the experience. And in the technical realm, I mean, AI has destroyed technical recruiting in a serious way, because forget a code assessment. You can't give somebody a code assessment. They could just give it to their favorite LLM of choice. All of a sudden, Claude Code is giving you back your assessment. Like, it has to be done live. And that's not easy for a lot of Fortune 100s to like manage. They're busy. They want to be focused on their other activities. It just doesn't work.
No, and it's exactly what you just said. That's like a better experience on both sides to get a better output. It's a win-win, and we love to see it.
And they're not the only player in the space, but it's nice when you see you're like preferred by the end user, right? Like, that means you're doing something right. Applied, it's another one of these backed by behavioral science. The platform anonymizes all the applicant data. Again, it just like eliminates all the bots and all the waste, and then takes out
bias.
some of the bias or judgment that could lead you down the wrong path.
And now for something completely different.
So if we had to put this to work, first one would be, don't automate your differentiator. We're like throwing the robots all the important things, these human touch moments, these moments where the candidate gets to, or the end user, the buyer, the customer gets to experience our brand. And yet that's the moment where we're like, here's a nice cold email, boom, hope you like it. Next, every customer experience is a brand experience. Like, I feel like the customer touch points, the journey just is getting bigger now. We're creating more of these moments. The idea that you can personalize at scale just means that you can personalize 1,000 more touch points. It's just more work. And I think it means that the customer experience is like the battleground right now. Next, sell the outcome, not the technology. Everybody's talking about AI. Ugh. We just can't stop hearing about it. Every brand feels like they have to talk about it. Every leadership team thinks they have to talk about it. Everybody thinks they have to talk about it, and not everybody actually has a differentiated point of view on it. And at the end of the day, our audience is just tired of hearing about it. So sell the outcome, not the technology. And then the last one would be the last brand war is not going to be based on technology. We all have access to the same tools, the same AI functionality and capability, right? So we really have to focus elsewhere, really up the food chain with regards to what the buyer experience and journey needs to look like.
For your convenience, I've broken it down into 3 parts. Professional resume, athletic and special skills resume, and Dwight Schrute trivia.
So if you had to take anything away from the show today, Veronica, just like one thing.
Just one thing.
Anything. It could be one.
Find a job where it's cool if you talk and get to drink beer at work. So that would be my... that would be my off-the-record advice.
No, hold on. But
All
the
right.
inside joke is you took this job instead of working at a brewery. So
Actually, that's true. So this is a full circle moment for me. No, mine would be...
So you're saying you chose the wrong job.
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck. You know what? This is all right. My real takeaway would be if you completely strip the human soul out of recruitment, you are no longer really hiring talent. You're just kind of managing data. And data alone doesn't build great companies. People do.
Ugh. You said human. Mine is we have to stop saying human and then AI or tech. Like it's the human touch, the human, the AI. You go to every conference, every echo chamber of everything. It's like the human and the AI. I've never heard us called humans more. Like 5 years ago, who was talking about humans? Nobody. Now we can't stop saying humans and AI and the human and the AI and the human touch. With that, we're out, folks.
Thanks for listening. If you liked what you heard, smash the subscribe button or listen wherever you get your podcasts. We're out of here.